Hello and welcome to NQ Design. In this video, I'm going to guide you through my process of designing a logo for a sustainable blockchain startup, and I'm going to show you how I designed it in Adobe Illustrator. In late 2019, I was collaborating with a startup focused on using the blockchain technology to develop sustainable energy and mobility solutions. I got a task to design a new logo for the startup that would communicate their values, such as sustainability and clean energy, combined with the fields of blockchain technology and IT. First, I started my design process by learning more about the field and researching the logos and branding of other similar companies. Then, I explored which symbols and icons were used to symbolize the terms fitting the company, such as sustainability, clean energy, IT, and blockchain technology. Using the symbols I found, I sketched some of the ideas, trying to join two or more symbols together to create a unique logo concept. One of the ideas I got was to take the pinwheel icon and the link icon and combine them to create a new abstract form. Together with the client, we decided to use the green color in the logo as it represented the idea of sustainability and clean energy the best. Now I will show you my design technique. In Adobe Illustrator, open a new document. Create an artboard with the dimensions of 400 by 400 pixels. Select the rectangle tool and click anywhere in the workspace. Set width to 100 pixels, height to 220 pixels and click OK. Center the rectangle in the artboard. Set the stroke to 16 points and remove fill in case it's activated. Duplicate the rectangle and change the width to 200 pixels. Align the smaller rectangle to the left side of the larger rectangle. Select the Direct Selection tool. Select both upper anchor points of the smaller rectangle, pull them right, and release the click at the right end of the larger rectangle. Duplicate the larger rectangle and set the height to 40 pixels. Select the smaller two rectangles and click on minus front option in the Pathfinder. Delete the large rectangle. Ungroup the two shapes. Duplicate the upper shape. Align the duplicated shape to the left side of the bottom shape. Duplicate this shape again, move it a bit to the left and select all three upper shapes. Horizontally distribute the shapes and delete the outer two shapes. Select the two shapes left, duplicate them and rotate them 90 degrees. Select all the shapes, group them, center them in the artboard and ungroup them. Select the Direct Selection tool. Set the radius of the corner with the smaller angles to 10 pixels and the radius of the corners with the larger angles to 30 pixels. Now I will show you how to apply colors and the linked effect to the shape. Select all the shapes and apply the main color to the stroke. Duplicate the uppermost shape and remove the rounded corners. Select the Line Segment tool and draw a line from the bottom left corner to the upper right corner of the duplicated shape. Delete this shape. Duplicate the line, set the reference point to the bottom left and set the rotation angle to 100 degrees. Duplicate the leftmost shape now. Select the Scissors tool and split the shape at the intersections of the shape with the lines. delete the leftover shape. Create a new square in the center of the artboard with the dimensions of 40 by 40 pixels. Duplicate the leftmost shape and select the scissors tool again. Now split the shape at the intersection of the right stroke and the center of the square. Delete the leftover shape, the two lines and the square. Now duplicate the upper shape. Select the scissors tool and split the shape at the intersections with the leftmost shape and the anchor points of the bottom left corner. Delete leftover shapes. Select the rotate tool, hold Option and Shift and rotate both of the new strokes 180 degrees with the reference point on the intersections of the shapes. Join the strokes. Select the upper stroke of the leftmost shape and open the gradient panel. In the gradient slider, put two light green gradient annotators to the ends of the gradient slider. Create two dark green gradient annotators and set their locations to 40% and 60%. Select the Apply Gradient along Stroke option. Now select the bottom stroke of the uppermost shape and apply the same gradient to it. Select the 4 effect strokes and group them. Create a guideline square in the center of the artboard again. Select the group strokes, pick the Rotate tool, set the reference point to the center of the guideline square and rotate the strokes 90 degrees 3 times while holding the Option key to duplicate them. This is the final logo design I created. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. See you soon in another design video. Stay creative and keep on learning design.